So we're talking about a topic that I wasn't expecting to actually talk about, but nevertheless, the legend continues. The paid in full legend continues of Alpo, Rich Porter, and AZ, and I just found out some just different news about the story, as far as AZ goes, and this might be a shorter episode. I don't know, but shout out to everybody that joined MDO podcast episode 6, I think. Episode 6. So let's get into it, man.
Well, with Jesus, well, with Jesus, me and two guys against Jesus and two other guys against Jesus. May his soul rest in peace too, man. He just passed away about a year ago. Playing ball with Jesus. We playing ball. Some dudes pull up like 4 cars deep while we playing ball. They call Jesus. Brooklyn dudes. Jesus was from Brooklyn. So Jesus talking to him for a minute. They leave, they get back in their car and leave. Jesus came over and said, yo, hey man, the niggas came to murder you, bro. I'm like, word for what? Fuck. I don't know, I have a clue. Fuck I do, man. Nah, your man, they said your man killed they man Demiscio out in DC.
Yeah, man, so I had to play that for you because, you know, AZ said a lot of good things about him. Like, he's saying that your pop saved his life.
I spoke to AZ about the project not too long ago, probably like a month ago, or a little longer than that, and he told me he was going to speak on the documentary for me, but he never reached back out. I've been hollering at him constantly for like the last 2 weeks or whatever. So hopefully he get back to me, but if not, you know, there's nothing I can do about that. But I know for sure he's friends with my dad. Because I spoke to him and he told me, you know, they got a lot of history. They played basketball faithfully together, you understand? And my dad also, you know, went to Harlem and was getting money on AZ block and Rich Porter block, on the same block where Darnell and Rich was killed at, which is 132nd, which they call it the location. So any Harlem dude, they know about Harlem, 132nd and 7th Avenue is called the location. That's what Rich Porter and AZ hustled at. That's the hustle block. So, you know, that era, my father was on that block with them, and he's from Brooklyn, like I said. So that, you know, stood out a lot. So they had to be friends, good friends. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, hopefully he do the right thing.
Why wouldn't you talk on it? You know what I'm saying? That don't even make sense. But I spoke to him, like I said, personally, and he told me he was going to do it. So let's see when he get back to me. You feel me?
As far as, you know, the content and everything, like filming, you know, like these, you know, these guys.
Oh man, and let me pause this. Let me tell you, the dude that's talking, right, is Puerto Rican Jesus' son. He's a real thorough dude too. He come out of the I think Cypress Ave section of Brooklyn in New York. I forgot dude's name. He's a real dude, man. He's a real dude, bro. Did a lot of time in jail. Real thorough dude. I don't think he belonged in no gang. He was just doing his own thing. But yeah, bro. This world is small. The world is real small. And let's just get to the whole legend of the whole paid in full, Alpo, Rich Porter, AZ, the whole legend. There's so many layers to the story, bro. And there's so many, you know, what ifs, and it never ceases to amaze me how, you know, you get your stories like Star Wars or anything that's written by that's fake, that people can regurgitate and people can, you know, But the thing that amazes me about these street stories, this is not something that's written. This is all real. So the fact that all these years later, it's still new facts that's coming out. It's still, you know, new this, new that, from something maybe 40 years ago, 50 years ago now, maybe 50, 60 years ago now. It's crazy, man.
They got their own stuff going on. So you have some people that's really just focused on themselves, man. And you know, like on the selfish tip. So you gotta take that.
Yeah. That's how I look at it. You understand what I'm saying? Because if somebody asks you for 5 minutes to tell you something about their dad and they didn't know y'all had history, you're supposed to be like, yo, this man is dead. So out of the respect for him, he saved your life. So you would have been dead. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, why wouldn't you want to talk about this man saving you to his kid? But you will go on other people's platforms and talk about it. That doesn't make sense to me.
So I have one question. Are you really stamping this as like the biggest documentary of the East Coast?
I mean, to my opinion, you know, that's my dad, so I might look at it as a way that people don't look at it, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been in prison my whole life, and I was in the street at one point in time, and then my dad, he's just different. Like, you hear the Supremes, you hear the Big Meeches, you hear the King Tut, you hear all these names, you feel me? And they still alive. So when they give respect to him, that's big, because legends, it's hard to see legends respect legends. You understand what I'm saying? In that point in times, you know, my pops was getting money in every borough. That's what make it different. Like Preem was getting money in Queens. You understand? Tut was getting money in Brooklyn. Whatever. I don't know these dudes, like little things they were doing on the side, but like I know that we stand out from how I heard and how, you know, from history, because you can't erase history. My dad was going to boroughs and getting money. He had
Now, I never knew this. This is wow, man. Let me tell you. They just had a picture with Demencio, R.I.P. him, Puerto Rican Jesus, R.I.P. him, and the great heavyweight Mike Tyson, man. And wow, man, that was deep, man. That's really deep. I didn't even know they knew each other, man. Wow.
you know, spots in the Bronx and in Harlem where people go there and you could cop either weed, drugs, or go there to gamble. You understand? So he had 6 or 7 of these places in different boroughs. You understand? Different states. He was internationally known in London, Japan. My pops was going everywhere. You understand? Out of town in Maryland, North Carolina. You understand? So his thing with he was doing was more than just a borough. These dudes is people that people know in New York City only, not everywhere. Some of them, you feel me? Yeah, so to me, it's the biggest story in the East Coast, period, because my dad.
So let me tell you, right? Whenever this is what one thing I always say. Whenever you're doing the wrong thing, what is there any right answer to doing the wrong thing? I don't know. So with that being said, this whole with the whole Alpo Paid in Full series, I mean, just the whole legend of it. You know, we find ourselves rooting for certain people. Like this is all stuff that really happened. But we find ourselves making, you know, Alpo the villain and making Rich Porter the good guy and making this person the bad guy and making this person the good guy. But before we go on with the stream, let me say this, right? And I say this to myself every once in a while. There is no good guy in none of these stories. Everybody's the bad guy. When you're doing something to hurt other people, when you're doing something to bring down your community and bring down yourself, even if it's not financially, if it's spiritually, in these stories, there is no, because think about it, right? And I'm going to say this too. I know I was supposed to put the stream back on, but I'm going to say this too, right? If you ever watched the movie Menace to Society, we all was rooting for Kane. We all loved Kane. But let me tell you something, right? And it hurts me to say this, Motherfuckers enabled Kane, bro. Because think about it. And matter of fact, let me pause this. Fuck this shit. Y'all got to hear this because y'all need to hear this. I'm sorry, man. Fuck all this shit. That's the problem now. So in the drill culture, right? Because everything goes. It's 6 degrees separation from everything. So in the drill culture, it's a lot of picking and choosing. Now, with that being said, with Kane and Old Dog, we all said Old Dog was the bad one and Kane was the good one. But now that I'm older now, and if you really sit down and think about it, and I know it's gonna sound cliche, but at least you know what Old Dog was about. I mean, Kane was the same as Old Dog. He just was more mellow with it, you know. But shit, at least with Old Dog, most of the stuff that was going on, they was doing like hits together. They wasn't, you know, it wasn't. He wasn't going out of bounds doing shit. With Kane, his ass was going to the Burger Hut and robbing motherfuckers about to catch a bee. You know? So yeah, man, with this whole paying the full Alpo Rich Porter situation, there's so many layers to the story, bro.
I'm not high. They niggas out. I'm not high. I jump out of niggas all day. Like, what's up? We good? We laughing, we dancing, what we doing? That's it. I'm just living. Them niggas is looking for action. Them niggas is looking for action. They look for because they trying to make a name.
That coat right there, that wanted to load that motherfucker up with Teflon and like bulletproof shit. I said, get that shit out. This motherfucker jack gonna be heavy as a motherfucker, man. Get that shit out. If they gonna shoot me, they gonna shoot me, man.
Hey, yo, this is Big Alpo, man. For all you cats shouting about you a gangster and you gonna clap this, you gonna shoot that, shut it up.
Oh, no, I didn't know that, man. Alpo's mythical. Everybody got a mythical item, right? Alpo's mythical what's that mythical Louis V jacket? When they first was gonna make it, they was gonna make it bulletproof, man. Or from head to toe. That's crazy, bro. But he said it would have been too heavy. That's wild, bro. That's something that. Well, you know what? We can't even do. I don't think we could do this whole thing because we'll be here all day, bro. But let's keep it going for a sec.
You don't want it to bring them with you. Put them in your pocket. Put them in your pocket. Yo, what you wanted though? 105. East side. Yeah, 105. Yeah. I used to come on. Fifth and down. You already. Yeah, Fifth and down. What side of Fifth Avenue was on? You was on the Central Park side.
When we came over, it was different. Niggas came over from the east side, it was different.
Now I'm gonna say this, right? I'm pausing because you know what? I'm not gonna go too deep. I'm not gonna go too deep with that point. I was just gonna make a point of it all seems so, and maybe that's me just being a conspiracy theorist. It all seems so orchestrated in a way. Like okay, so, and maybe this is just karma, bro. Maybe it's just karma. I could believe it's karma, but this is what I'm trying to basically wrap my head around. So, he does all the things that he does in the streets. Blah blah blah. Okay, we know. And then he comes back on the street and gets in a traffic argument about a motorcycle or a parking spot or cutting somebody off, and then in return, because see, I'm trying to think of, I got to do my homework a little bit more in the situation, right? Because think about it, okay. I'm trying to break down how he got unalived, and because to me it didn't sound, unless it was something as simple as Because remember, this the case when it was finally resolved went down as something. When the case went down as road rage. The case was when it's I don't know, not manslaughter. I think it was something like that. It was like road rage led to. But then this is the funny thing. I had to do my research because I heard dude they either can't find his arrest records, or they can't find out what the conclusion was of the case. It was weird. And then they said when Alpo's body got to the hospital, it was like a part where the body, the nurse in them was like, it was a part where like the feds or something came and took the body somewhere else. You feel what I'm saying? Like it was like another, but he was not dead or something like that. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, it was something where like it was not like a secret door, but it was like, I don't like, this is my belief, right? It's always, this is my belief, and I could be wrong. I feel like in every hospital there's a part that doesn't have, there's a part that somebody doesn't have access to, that everybody, like throughout the whole hospital, everybody don't have access to every part. You get what I'm trying to say? And in every hospital there's a wing like this for situations like I can't even really explain it, as far as like the body got moved and took into, like, basically, say you work somewhere 7 days a week. I mean, say you work somewhere every day. You know, if you have a permanent job, 9 times out of 10, you know that job like the back of your hand. But if you work in a hospital, or you work in like let's say you work in like like when I was doing landscaping, I worked in a wooded area. You don't know every part of your job there. Well, you do, but you don't, because all it takes is for a lot of rain to come and some shit that you be working on every day, just the ground fall out from under you in a way, like something, or, you know, or just turn into mud, or, you know, little stuff. But you get where I'm going with this, right? But yeah, man, it's wild, bro. Like, yo, yeah. But it's like, it's crazy how dude just, listen, I don't want to say he was a plant, and I don't want to say he was a plant, because remember, Alpo was in witness protection, and he came out of witness protection because I guess he was bored with the mundaneness of, you know, he had a good job, and, you know, they were saying, sources were saying at one point he was coming to New York to just get women and bring them back to Maine, where he was in witness protection at, and obviously he made a lot of good decisions. I would, man, let me tell you, bro, to hear about Alpo's life after he got a chance to settle in would have been really crazy, because when he got out, he invested inside of a he invested inside of a construction company or something like that. So he was doing good. He was alright. He was okay. He was okay. He was well off. He chose to come back to the life. Then he around the time he died, he just inked like a $3 million deal, $2 million deal, I don't know. But hey, matter of fact, hey, nah. I never thought about it like that. So let me tell you, right? He did die. I never thought about it. Alpo did die around the time he signed the deal for the $3 million. And I'm not trying to say necessarily that it's connected, but what I am saying is this, right? What I am saying is this. Some say Alpo was messing with dude's girlfriend, and it really wasn't about no driving accident, road rage. But what I'm saying, like, damn, I understand road rage, bro. Matter of fact, I do understand road rage. I understand that. But shit, like, to shoot somebody 5 times, over getting cut off. Now, mind you though. Now let's bring the whole situation to the forefront. Okay. I'm gonna say this, right? I'm gonna say this, and now we spent the first 20 minutes talking on defense of Alpo. Now I'm gonna talk in defense of the unaliver, the guy who was accused of taking Alpo life, right? So okay. Now this is hypothetically. I'm not saying this. I'm not giving dude no. I'm not giving him what's the word? There's no excuse for what he did, taking the life. There's no excuse for taking the life. But I'm gonna say this. This is probably how it happened, right? So, dude is on a motorcycle. Alpo was in the truck, and big truck at that. Alpo cuts dude off. If dude is in the car, I don't think he gets as mad. But being in a motorcycle and getting cut off, it's almost like getting your life took. Now, sources say that Alpo said, "Hey, I'm sorry," but we don't know what type of sorry it was. Was it like a "Hey, I'm sorry," or was it maybe the dude felt like he wasn't sincere enough? I don't know. But what I do know is getting cut off on a motorcycle versus getting cut off on a car, and then like I said, it wasn't like the dude was in a car or something. That's something that's like, dude was in a Alpo was in the truck, so it was like, you know. Man, yeah, bro. That joint was wild, bro. Like when I heard he got killed, man, he had so many stories. He had so many stories to still tell, and man, it's wild, man.
Let me get some. Yeah. Oh, what's up, Kate? Just chilling, nigga. You know, sitting here partying with your man AZ. Yeah, okay, yeah, nigga sitting up at the table, son. Let me speak to him, man. Yo, hold on. Let me see. Yo, Z. What up, Kate? Yo, Poe want to talk to you, man. Yeah. Fuck you mean when you had you on the phone, man? I ain't trying to talk to nobody on the bed phone. Pick up the phone, man. Yo, what you mean you ain't, this is Poe, man. 9 years ago, man. Tell me get the phone. Yo, Z, step to this phone, man. What up, dog? What's going on, big head? It's all good. Everything good? No doubt. K-Slate brought us over here to clear the air, you know what I mean? And then you know what? And that's what I want to do, man. I want to clear the air, man. I put a tape together, and you can kind of react off the tape, but you know we can dialogue on some real shit too, if you want to do that too. You know what I mean? You know what? I definitely would like to do that, because there's a lot of little things that being read, all that. And I'm glad I got a chance to catch up to you, because you were a hard brother to catch up. But you know what I do, dog. I'm trying to, I don't be liking to poly on these phones and all that. Yeah. But we gonna keep it simple. We gonna keep it simple. We gonna keep it funky and all that. I just wanna. Any other thing that's major we need to discuss, we'll see each other again. Yeah. But let's clear the air though. But I did hear a little bit of your tape, and I like the message. I definitely like the message that you're trying to send out on letting people know that we did it. No. But we're not trying to promote it. Exactly. We're not trying to be.
Okay, yeah, all right. This is the problem I got, right? This is the problem I got, right? I gotta charge my phone soon. So I'm starting to hate hearing dudes say that. I'm starting to hate people say that, bro. And right now, I don't have the best solution to the problem. I gotta really sit and think about it. But it's sometimes I'm the type of person. If I'm the type of person, I think about things a lot, like why things are the way they are, and I'm of the mindset of the way things are is the way things is how the powers that be want them to be, because I don't even think a billionaire could could fix some of the problems that most of these cities have, and it's really like feeding the beast to a certain extent, as far as You know, one problem creates another problem, and one problem creates another problem, and another problem creates another problem. And there's all people put in place to fix these problems. But my and I understand now. I understand that, you know, you gotta have an economy, you gotta have a society. But this is what I'm saying, right? And after no, let me just stick to what I was saying. It's a better way we could do. It's a better way we can. It's a better way we could do things. You know, it's a better way we can do things. You know, um, yeah, man. Like, it's a better way we could do a lot, bro. It's a better way we could definitely do a lot. Um, I hate hearing people say, "Man, we did this and now we gotta stop the kill." Well, I did it, but you shouldn't do it. Nah, nigga, tell me what I should do then. That's basically what I'm trying to say. We need to get together and figure out. Well, okay, the little niggas still need money, so we sitting around talking about what niggas shouldn't do. Think about when we was in their shoes. We shouldn't have did it. If anybody would have came with a solution, see, this is my thing. You put 10 people in the same situation, but you give 10 people that same situation, but with a solution to that situation, and maybe five still go ahead and do whatever, but then maybe 5 don't, maybe 6 to do it. You know what I'm saying? The number would differentiate, but yeah, bro. This shit get real wacky, man. Like, I hate hearing people, and I don't want to say I hate hearing people say that, but you know, you hear it so much, like, oh man, I did this, but you shouldn't do it. You did this, but yeah, okay. And I know that people saying that they coming from a place of good intent, of non-nefarious intent, but still, like, when we giving kids messages, we gotta have a message in back of that message. Like, once you tell the kids to put the guns down, what's the message behind that? That's what I'm saying. And I don't have that message right now. I'm a struggling YouTuber. I don't have a message for the kids right now. But maybe if yo, I don't have a message, bro. I don't have a message. All right.
I feel like the niggas that shot me, for real, they'd have came to me, if they had hard enough to do what they done like that, they'd have came to me and be like, yo, dog, we fucked up, because that's what it's all about, being fucked up, not getting no money. They'd have came to me and said, yo, listen, dog, show us how to get through this thing up in the Bronx. Show them the remedy, would have been popping, and the army would have been spread. You know, the nigga was moving like that. Come on, we'd have had the Bronx locked down. But the niggas don't think like that. They looked at like, me kill this nigga, take what he got, and I can do my thing. And it ain't about that. When you kill me, but who's the connect? That's the nigga that's giving it up. You ain't got that. So once you do that, you gonna have to keep killing.
The murder thing is just in the game is just wicked. That's definitely not. Those two definitely don't mix. But that's what some cats, that's one thing they respect. That's the only thing they respect. But hey, in a healthy, say something, man, 'cause I think I came at you for a while. I came at you. I talked to you for a brief minute once before about the Fed magazine. Just help me out, man. You got to help me. A lot of cats came at me about your article. That's cool with me. It's like, yo, why is your fans thinking you seem like you was some torchy to this, man? Why did they get that impression, man?
Why did they get that impression? Because they was a nigga.
You read the article, they was like, they came at me and like, yo, A's really tried to make it seem like you was just funky.
So a nigga read the article for what it was worth, and you know how niggas try to steer it up, whatever they want it to be, it's gonna become, and they choice. So they hit you with that. We here talking right now. Do you think it was like that?
I'm gonna say this. I read the article, and the way the article came off, this was a different time, but maybe the way the journalists, maybe the way things were said, and the way the journalists perceived it. That's why I say, this is why I say, and not to be racist at all. I'm not racist. I love every race, bro. But basically, if your own kind is interpreting certain things, they're trying to say. Basically, if it was maybe somebody, if it was say a black person was documenting what happened, and another black person was the writer, they wouldn't have misinterpreted so much of that conversation to make it appear as if Alpo was the bully of AZ in that article. Because remember, this is what they're talking about was a see, this was back in the day when it was only magazines and newspaper articles. So this is all reading. It's not like now you have YouTube and you have this and that, and you have messages with videos where you can watch it yourself and you can press play and rewind it. You didn't have that. This was something where somebody said something and somebody had to write down. Somebody was writing down what they were saying. So, based on how the person wrote it down, how it was gonna be read, So, yeah, man, it's wild, bro.
I knew I was like I said in my article. I knew I wasn't your flunky. I knew I had a position, and that's the position I played. You was a good dude. I
don't even be thinking about making a nigga flunky or talking like that to a nigga. I look at it like this. A nigga come to me and I know he about getting paper and I see he about getting money. I'm like, yo, here, take this, bring me back this, let's eat, man. I'm not trying to be nobody or it's never was. Here, take this, give me back this. And let's keep it moving.
That's what I just
and niggas was getting it like that. Because the prices that nigga was getting for, nigga couldn't touch it, man.
It was sweet. Would they have killed Harlem if they would have killed me? Maybe not, because I was from the east side, and I always had that black label against me. Being from the east side, because the west, a lot of cats hate the east.
Right.
Yeah, so would I have killed Harlem?
Okay, you know what, man? This was fun. I'm gonna make this probably one of the shorter episodes because I don't know how much you guys actually know about this situation, and if we could actually be here for literally forever if I go too long. So if y'all like the content, y'all want more content like this, about like older gangster situations, let me know in the comment section, because for the most part I will be talking about things. Well, I talk about a lot of different things as far as the culture, not just drill, but this was something that I just can't believe. You keep finding out new information as the years go by, and it's like, wow, can't believe that, man. Like, just keep finding out new information. So MDO podcast, man, episode 6, man. Love y'all. Yeah.